All right, we just came off of UFC 304 last night. Lots of good fights on this card. I'm going to go through and recap every single fight on the card, starting with the very first fight. We got Shauna Banan or Shauna Banan, however you say it, I don't care, versus the NPC that I've never heard of, Alice Ardeline. Shauna Banan wins because she's fighting a bum who I've never heard of in my life. Apparently, she's got like 3 million followers on TikTok, so that's something. That's cool. But Shauna Banan gets it done by split decision. Not impressive. I mean, very lackluster performance, but I was never high on Shauna Banan anyway. I always thought she was a little overrated. She's kind of a can crusher. And here was a can. You know, they kind of lobbed it up like D-Wade to LeBron. Here's a can, Shauna Banan. And she was supposed to slam it home, but instead she took the lob and finished it with a layup. So very, very mediocre performance from Shauna Banan, but it's about what you would expect at this point from women's MMA. Next fight, Mick Parkin. Get micked, Lucas. Lucas Dresy got micked. He got KO'd in round 1 by the big man, Mick Parkin. Look at that gut on Mick Parkin. That's what I'm talking about. His first KO in the UFC. Just Lucas Dresy, man. I don't know what he's doing. He's not, like I said, I'm not high on Mick Parkin. I don't think he's that good, but I did think he was good enough to beat Lucas Dresy, and that's why. That's why I thought that, because Lucas Dresy is just kind of a. Let me watch out with what I say. He's kind of slow in the head. He's a little slow in the head. Not the best fight IQ, not the best striking defense, not the best anything, really. And he got micked. He got KO'd in round 1. Good performance from Mick Parkin. I believe he won Performance of the Night bonus, so that's cool. Moving up, Sam Patterson versus Kefir Crosby. Yeah, I mean, I picked Sam Patterson by round 1 sub, and that's what happened. It's Kefir Crosby. That's kind of what's just going to happen. If you know how to wrestle and grapple, you're going to submit Kefir Crosby. And, yeah, Sam Patterson just made it look easy. Took him down, arm triangle, choked him out. Very easy win from Sam Patterson. Not much to talk about. Modestas Bukauskas versus Marcin Prachnio. I'm going to be honest, I did not really watch this fight. I had it on, but it was muted, and I was just kind of glancing over every now and then. I picked Bukauskas to win by decision, and he won by submission. Yeah, just I don't know what happened. Like I said, I wasn't really paying attention, but good win from Bukauskas. I picked Preston Parsons to beat Obon Elliott. I really wanted to change to Obon Elliott at the last second, but I didn't. And Obon Elliott gets it done, of course. You know, the guy that looked awful against Val Woodburn, the part-time landscaper, coming off the couch from trimming his hedges, goes in there and wobbles Obon Elliott bad. Obon Elliott looks very mediocre in that fight. But, of course, he's going to go out there and beat Preston Parsons because the sport makes no sense. So, good win from Obon Elliott. Gets it done over Preston Parsons. And they ended up moving this to the first fight on the prelims. It was on the early prelims, so it was on the main card, and then it got moved to the prelim headliner, and then it got moved to the early prelims, and then it got moved back to the prelim opener. So, cool. But I picked Mohamed Makhachev to win by decision, and he did win by decision. Yeah, like I said, dude, there's just some guys in the UFC, they're just not going to lose, man. Every time you think they're going to lose, like I said, oh, this guy looked awful against Alex Perez. He's not going to beat Manel Kape. And then what does he do? He beats Manel Kape because they always win the fights you think they're going to lose. But Mohamed Makhachev cheated very badly in this fight. I don't know how you don't take a point for the short grab from Mohamed Makhachev. Very egregious. One of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, his fucking ass cheeks were, like, hanging out. Manel Kape's ass cheeks were hanging out because Makhachev was, like, pantsing him. And he had to sit there and protest to the ref, like, hey, I'm losing my position because this guy's pulling my shorts down. And then the ref finally stops the fight and yells at Makhachev. Doesn't even take a point. But people were acting like, oh, what a cool ref. He's yelling at Mohamed Makhachev and treating him like a little boy. He should have taken a point. Like, what is he doing? I don't know how you score at 30-27. It's beyond me. But, yeah, good win for Mohamed Makhachev. He's not getting re-signed by the UFC. Dana White already said. There's a video on Twitter of the post-fight press conference where Dana White said that the PFL is going to get a nice undefeated prospect or something like that. I'll play the video so you can see if you haven't seen it. But Mohamed Makhachev is not coming back to the UFC.
Because he said his contract is totally done now.
Yeah, he is. He's under contract. He's not under contract anymore.
Okay. But would you be interested in, keeping him around in the fall?
I think the PFL is going to get a great undefeated guy.
Really?
Good luck to him.
Next fight was Jake Hadley versus Colin Lochran. Okay. I don't... I mean, like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Jake Hadley is terrible. He can't fight, man. But on short notice, he has nothing to lose. He can just go out there and leave it all out there. And that's what he did, and he beat Colin Lochran. He outstruck Colin Lochran. So, Colin Lochran, like I said in the prediction video, I did think he was overrated. I was confused on why Hadley was a favorite, but the odds on the website are wrong. He was not a minus 218 favorite. He was like a plus 200 underdog or something like that. So the UFC's own official website has the wrong odds, which is awesome. It's a $1 billion company. But yeah, I picked Lochran, and he got embarrassed by a bantam or a flyweight on short notice. Yeah, that's pathetic, man. It's really embarrassing. I know he missed weight, but dude, he's a flyweight, man. You're a bantamweight. Destroy him. Jake Hadley is not good. What are you doing? So, very pathetic performance from Colin Lochran. Good win from Jake Hadley. Again, he had nothing to lose here. He took this fight on short notice for a reason. So, hey, if I lose, I did a favor for the UFC. They can't cut me. They got to give me at least one more fight. And so you can just go out there and leave it all out there. And that's what he did, and he got it done. So, good win from Jake Hadley. Oh, my God. Molly Mccan versus Bruno Brazil. Molly Mccan is awful. She's terrible. Everyone kind of had the realization after the... what fight was it? Where she got obliterated. Not Erin Blanchfield, but there was I can't even remember her name. It was whoever she fought after Erin Blanchfield, where she got submitted with like an armbar or something. And the bitch was like 11-9 or some shit. Julia Stoliarenko, is that her name? I don't know, but she had an awful record. She's like 11-9, and Molly Mccan got submitted. Everyone was like, okay, Molly Mccan sucks. She's terrible. But then she kind of got her hype back when she got a submission of her own. And then in this fight, she gets beaten in the stand-up by Bruno Brazil, where Molly Mccan is supposed to be the striker. She's supposed to be the striker in the division. She's knocking everybody out. And she obviously cannot submit anyone, or she couldn't, at least at the beginning of her career. She's primarily a stand-up fighter, and she could not strike with Bruno Brazil. So Molly Mccan, she is bottom of the barrel of women's MMA at this point. Like, there's no other way to put it. She can't beat anyone that's higher than bottom of the barrel. That's her own competition. She is bottom of the barrel level, but she is fun to watch at least. She does have fun fights, which you can't say for a lot of women's MMA fighters, but man, she is just not good at all. So, good win from Bruno Brazil, but Molly Mccan, man, it's not looking good. Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. Okay. Daniel Pineda had his moments in this fight. Nathaniel Wood should have made this look a lot easier than he did, but he did get the win. Yeah, I mean, his boxing is just really good. He's got really good boxing. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this fight, really. No one really asked for this fight. No one wants to see Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. No one cares. We all know Nathaniel Wood is better than Daniel Pineda. I want to see Nathaniel Wood against a much better level of competition at this point. So, yeah, good win from Nathaniel Wood, but this fight taught us nothing that we didn't already know. Main card, Arnold Allen versus Giga Chazi. Arnold Allen got it done by decision. I did pick him to... I changed in my video I said by decision, but then I changed to submission in round 2 because I thought Arnold Allen would grapple a little bit more in this fight. He did not. He attempted one takedown. I don't even remember him attempting one, but according to the stats, he attempted one takedown. Did not get it. He struck with Giga Chazi the entire fight. Lost round 1 and then won rounds 2 and 3. And yeah, Arnold Allen is he's really good, really well-rounded. And Giga Chikadze, he, like I said, if you pressure Giga Chikadze, he will fold. He does not fight well under pressure at all. If you walk him down and put him against the cage, that is where you beat Giga Chikadze, and he tires out very quickly. Just avoid the kicks. That's literally all he has is kicks. His boxing is okay. He does have good. He's quick with his hands, but it is just the kicks that you really have to worry about. He's got really quick kicks to the body. He can snap it up to the head really quickly, catch you off guard. But other than that, man, Giga Chikadze, like I said, if you walk him down and put him against the cage and you don't let him lead the dance, you're going to beat him. Like, you can strike with him if you just walk him down and put pressure on him like Arnold Allen did. He will tire out. He will lose a lot of volume, and he will not have nearly as much power on his shots. And he will just crumble and fold, which is exactly what happened. Giga Chikadze, I'll say this. I do think Giga Chikadze is he's kind of like a gatekeeper to the top 10 because he is tricky. You know, he is a tricky guy to beat. So if you're not ready for the top 10 of the featherweight division in the UFC, you will not beat Giga Chikadze. You will not get past his kicks. You will not get past his stand-up. But if you have fight IQ, if you have the fight IQ and the skills to be a top 10 featherweight in the world, then you will beat Giga Chikadze. So he's kind of like the litmus test for how good a guy really is. If you go out there and lose to Giga Chikadze, you're not ready for the top 10. If you beat him, then you're a top 10 guy in the division because he is tricky to figure out. But if you have this, like I said, if you have the fight IQ to pressure and the skills to land your shots on him and walk him down and cut off the cage, then you can get past him. So good win from Arnold Allen. I thought he was better everywhere, and he proved that. He's a better striker overall. Obviously, Giga has quicker kicks, but that's about it, really. Good win from Arnold Allen. Excited to see what's next from him. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodriguez. Okay, Christian Leroy Duncan, man. This guy is not good. Christian Leroy Duncan, he might just be a can crusher. He might be a can crusher. We might have to have that conversation because this guy's wins are Dennis Tululian and Claudio Ribeiro. And his losses are to Armin Petrosian and Gregory Rodriguez. This guy, when he gets that step up in competition, he just folds. He can't win. Gregory Rodriguez, he dominated him in this fight. This fight was not close. I thought this fight would be at least close, and I did pick Christian Leroy Duncan. But I did think it was going to be a close fight. I didn't think Christian Leroy Duncan was going to dominate him or anything. But Gregory Rodriguez obliterated Christian Leroy Duncan. It was not even close. Beat him in the stand-up, beat him in the grappling. Just really pathetic performance from Christian Leroy Duncan. Just really bad. So I don't know what you do with this guy. I guess you just feed him more cans. That seems like that's all he can beat. You know, just have him around to put on highlight reel KOs against bums to hype up a main card of a fight night or something like that. I don't know, man. He can't beat that step up in competition. I don't know. But good win from Gregory Rodriguez. He looked really good in this fight. I guess, I don't know. Maybe you can give him a top 15 guy. Maybe like a Andre Muniz, maybe. I'd like to see that. Guy just outside the rankings. I think that'd be a good fight. Next fight, Bob Green versus Paddy Pimblett. Like I said with Mohamed Makhachev, there's just some guys that aren't going to lose, man. Paddy Pimblett's one of them. I picked Paddy Pimblett to win by decision. I picked Paddy Pimblett to win by round 1 KO. But he got it done by round 1 submission. The first guy to submit Bob Green in the UFC. And I don't know why Bob shot a takedown on Paddy Pimblett. Very odd. Was the stand-up of Paddy Pimblett giving him trouble? A very weird decision. He shoots on Paddy Pimblett, and Paddy Pimblett pulls guillotine, gets him down, and then just folds him into a pretzel. He just does whatever he wants to him because obviously he is. He's Paddy Pimblett. He's the BJJ expert. Why are you shooting a takedown on him? You're a boxer. So I don't know what Bob Green is doing. Clearly the CTE affected him a long time ago. That's why he changed his name to King. So fight IQ was never going to be there. His brain is complete mush. But Bob, just very weird IQ from Bob Green. Don't know what he's doing, but great win from Paddy Pimblett. I picked him to get it done. He got it done. And he called out Renato Moicano. I'd like to see that, but I don't think he's going to beat Benoit Saint-Denis. I think Renato Moicano is awful. I think he's one of the worst fighters in the rankings at lightweight. I think he is the worst ranked lightweight. I really believe that. He's got no chin. His stand-up's awful. He can't really get you down unless you're Jalen Turner, apparently, of course. Fuck me. But he can't strike. He's got no chin. His striking defense is awful. And he's not, I don't think he's going to out-BJJ Paddy Pimblett. So I think that's a great call-out for Paddy. Really smart, especially if he beats Benoit Saint-Denis, which I highly doubt. But if he beats BSD, he could be like 9th in the lightweight rankings. So that could get him in the top 10. But yeah, I like that call-out. I think Paddy Pimblett would smoke Renato Moicano. I think that'd be a really easy fight for him. Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes. I told you, man. Tom Aspinall, and it's like I said, I don't even want to be mean to Curtis Blaydes because he's a great guy. He really is. You know, he's such a likable person. I'm not being mean to Curtis Blaydes at all. I'm not trying to diminish him and say he's garbage. But like I said, there's just levels to it, and Tom Aspinall is on another one. Curtis Blaydes, he's a good heavyweight. Like I said, he's a good wrestler for heavyweight. He's a good striker for heavyweight. Tom Aspinall is just the best heavyweight on the planet, and that's an unfortunate draw for Curtis Blaydes. You know, you got unlucky. You fought the greatest heavyweight on the planet. You know, there's nothing really you could do. You were always going to get smoked by round 1 KO, like I predicted. Aspinall round 1 KO, got it done in 1 minute. He's just on another level, man. He is going to be the greatest heavyweight of all time. He is. John Jones fanboys want to cope so bad and say that Aspinall does not deserve to fight Jones. Oh, what does Jones gain from fighting Aspinall? Why would he take that fight? I don't know, man. Because he's the undisputed heavyweight champion and there's an interim champion in your division. How, like every other interim champion that's ever been in the sport, you unify the belt and fight him? I don't know. Is that too much to ask? Like, he's clearly just scared of Aspinall. And it's not even like he can't beat Tom Aspinall. He can beat Tom Aspinall. But he knows the risk of fighting a young fighter in his prime is not worth it. He knows there's a risk there. With Stipe, there is no risk. He's fucking 43 years old, walking with a cane, hasn't fought in 4 years, where he got flatline KO in his last fight. There's no risk there. With Tom Aspinall, he knows there's a ginormous risk, and he's not willing to take that because he is a pussy, PED cheat, domestic abusing, event ruining scumbag. I'm ready for him to retire. I don't know why people idolize John Jones. I really don't. He's an awful human being. Wife beater, drunk driver, hit and run on a pregnant woman, PED cheating, ruined multiple events because he popped for PEDs. I don't know how you defend him at this point other than you don't watch the sport and you just know John Jones. Oh, John Jones, he's the greatest of all time. You can't, nobody's beating John Jones. I don't know how you defend him. He's an awful human being. He really is. Scum of the earth. I wish nothing but the worst for him. And he'll never fight Tom Aspinall. Dana White's talking, the winner, they're going to fight the winner of Stipe John. They're going to fight the winner of Stipe John. No, they're not. John Jones will never take this fight. He's going to beat Stipe and retire. They're both going to retire. Double retirement party for the old men. And I can't wait for it, man. Get this guy out of the sport so we can have a real heavyweight division. Because we just watched the interim heavyweight title get defended. When have we ever seen an interim belt get defended? Only because it's fucking John Jones. Oh, it makes me so mad, man. He's got such privilege from Dana White. It's so annoying. No other guy in the company is going to be allowed to sit on the sidelines while the interim champion defends his fake interim belt. Other than John Jones, for whatever reason, because I don't know why the UFC likes him. He is nothing but trouble. There's a reason John Jones isn't going to fight him. He is terrified of Tom Aspinall because Tom Aspinall would smoke him. Main event. Oh, my fucking God. I hate looking at Belal Muhammad's face. I'm not going to lie, bro. This guy's so fucking ugly. Belal Muhammad, man. You know, Kamaru Usman couldn't ragdoll him. Colby Covington couldn't ragdoll him. But Belal Muhammad, whoa, wow. Just ragdolls him over and over again. Yep. Looked more shredded than ever. Veins popping out everywhere. Very convenient. Yeah, whatever, man. Belal Muhammad gets it done. I just... I know people are going to say, oh, they're the same fighter. They're both boring and they have the same style. I understand that. They are both boring, and Belal Muhammad's probably going to be more active than Leon Edwards was. But it's like... I hate looking at Belal Muhammad, man. I don't know what it is. His face pisses me off. His voice pisses me off. He's just corny. I hate looking at him, and I hate that he's gonna be a champion defending his belt. But Belal Muhammad beats Leon Edwards. I mean, Leon Edwards. I mean, he could not handle the pressure from Belal Muhammad with his pillow hands walking him down. He was absolutely terrified. I don't know why you're fearing Belal Muhammad on the feet. You're the striker. You're the technical kickboxer that everyone raves about as being one of the most accurate strikers in the UFC. And you're scared to strike with Belal Muhammad. Just stand and trade with him, bro. He has no knockdowns in the UFC. What are you scared of? Just stand and bang with him, bro. But he just... The thing with Leon Edwards is his boxing is not good. He's very similar to Adesanya, where his boxing by itself is very average. He needs his kicks to be an effective striker. He needs his kickboxing. And if you take away Leon Edwards' kicks, he is nowhere near as good of a striker. He's nowhere near as good of a pure boxer as he is a kickboxer. So with Belal Muhammad walking him down and taking away his kicks, getting in boxing range, Leon Edwards is forced to just throw hands. And when it comes down to that, Leon Edwards with just his hands is not that great of a boxer. He needs his kicks. Yeah, I mean, good win from Belal Muhammad. He ragdolled Leon Edwards over and over again. 9 of 13 on takedowns. Absolutely no finishing potential on the ground, though. Just sits there and holds him. Did no damage. Just little pitter-pat shots on the ground. As always from a Belal Muhammad fight. He has no finishing potential. I know he KO'd Sean Brady. But I don't know what happened with Sean Brady. He was just... The lights got to him. He wasn't expecting the pressure from Belal Muhammad. I don't know what it was. But even in a TKO win, he couldn't get a knockdown. So, Belal Muhammad, I don't know... I don't think he defends his belt. I think it's going to be Shavkat next. I would imagine. I don't know who else it would be. I mean, there's no way they do Usman Muhammad. Like, I saw Usman tweeting at Belal Muhammad, congratulating him with like a emoji next to it, implying that he's next or whatever. I don't see that happening. I think it's got to be Shavkat, especially since JDM's arm is broken. I think they just give him a title shot. But, yeah. Maybe you do Leon Edwards JDM towards the end of the year. Leon Edwards said he wanted to fight again this year. So I think Leon Edwards JDM makes sense, and do Shavkat Belal for the belt. And I think Shavkat would have beat Leon Edwards or Belal Muhammad after watching that. I thought Leon Edwards would beat Shavkat before this. You know, Shavkat doesn't have great head movement. Leon Edwards is a sharp, technical, accurate striker. But all you got to do is just walk him down. And he sucks, apparently. So I think Shavkat would beat both of them. But yeah, that was UFC 304. Let me know what you guys thought about the event. Are you happy that Belal Muhammad won? What do you think about Tom Aspinall's win over Curtis Blaydes? Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.